True believers and newcomers alike, I bid you welcome to another edition of Sports Tour on Enterprise Television. This is the program where we take you on a tour through all the major happenings in sports. I'm Josh Eto'O. We are live, and here is our package for the day. NFF President Ibrahim Gusau reflects on his achievements and plans for Nigerian football 2 years into his tenure. FIFA bans Cameroon's Eto'O for 6 months over misconduct. The UEFA Champions League returns with Arsenal facing PSG and Barcelona, Man City looking to bounce back. Let's take a quick time out on Sports Tour. When we come back, we will dive into all the items on our menu. Welcome back to Sports Tour on Enterprise Television. I have here with me the dynamic sports producer and analyst Eto'O Emini. Eto'O, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me once again.
Definitely. It's also a pleasure to have you, and it's also lovely to have you once again, and we can't wait to hear your incisive analysis when the time comes.
I'll be ready for that.
Okay, let us start with the fact that NFF President Alhaji Ibrahim Gusau has reaffirmed his commitments to advancing Nigerian football, assuring the public of his concerted efforts to push the sport forward. Celebrating his second year in office on Monday, Gusau highlighted several significant achievements under his administration since his election in 2022. And one of the major successes, according to Gusau, is the stability within Nigerian football, which has contributed to the improved performance of both the men's and women's national teams on the international stage. He noted that the Super Eagles' close call at the 2023 AFCON in Côte d'Ivoire, where they narrowly missed clinching the title, is a notable achievement for him. Also adding that Nigeria's junior women's teams, the Falconets and the Flamingos, continue to dominate at the continental level and rank among the best teams globally. Gusau also emphasized his administration's focus on promoting women's football, particularly through the revitalization of the Nigerian Women's Football League, the NWFL, and its 3 tiers, which has increased the visibility and the success of the sport nationwide. In addition to women's football, Gusau highlighted the efforts being made to ensure credible seasons for all Nigerian leagues, including the Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL), the Nigerian National League (the NNL), the Nationwide League 1 and 2, and the Nigerian Professional Women's League (NWFL). Looking ahead, Gusau outlined his goals for the next 2 years, stating that the focus will be on ensuring Nigeria qualifies for all major tournaments and brings home laurels to the nation. And before becoming the NFF president, Gusau served as the chairman of the Zamfara Football Association, was also a committee member of the Confederation of African Football (CAF), and a member of CAF's Youth Organizing Committee, and an accountant by profession. He was elected as the 40th president of the Nigerian Football Federation in Benin City at the 78th Elective Congress on September 30th, 2022, succeeding Amaju Melvin Pinnick. And so far in 2 years, in my own personal opinion, I would probably score him a 5 over 10. And since we are also, using this date to mark the progress or not in Nigeria, qualifying for the AFCON, getting to the AFCON final seems like a progress for Ibrahim Gusau. But moving over quickly to Ejiro, how have you ranked Ibrahim Gusau so far as the NFF president in 2 years?
Firstly, talking about Nigeria, happy new month.
Yeah, happy new month, happy Independence Day.
Yeah, happy Independence. And talking about Gusau, and he's entering his second year. He's entering his second year, and he
entering his third year.
Sorry, entering his third year, right?
Entering his third year.
Third year. He replaced Amaju Pinnick, and under him, well, the women actually did well in this present Olympics.
Did well in the Olympics, even though we got eliminated. But it was a difficult group. Brazil, Spain, Japan, 2 world champions. Should I say 2-time? Brazil have not won the World Cup, but they have been to the final once, lost in the final, stand 7. Also got to, this was their 3rd women's Olympic final, which they also lost. So 3 of the top 10 teams in women's football, we are what we are up against, and we did not do badly for ourselves.
Yeah, 1-0, 1-0, and
3-1.
3-1. And we're actually doing well under him. And looking at the men's side, AFCON, we carried second in the AFCON games. And even though it was very disappointing, though, he has proven to be he's actually showing that he's working, even though under him, we've been having managerial problems also.
For both senior teams, yeah.
Senior teams. But still, he's looking into the future. In the next 2 years, he's still planning on trying to help us. And he's also, let's even leave the national side. Let's go to the local side. He's also trying to improve the NWFL, trying to improve the men's side as well too. So I feel he's actually doing a great job. Like, give him a 5. I'll also put it 5 for my own
maybe
score.
6.
So no,
5.
Not passing 5. But yeah, if he shows up and he shows his workings in the next 2 years.
We haven't won the World Cup in the last under-20, under-17 World Cup. The women's, they tried in 2022 to get to the final.
Under him has been shaky. That's why I'll give him a 5.
I think I might raise mine to a. No, I'll still leave it as 5, because on the national team front, it's 50-50 or even 40-60 safe.
Yeah.
But where I would really give him kudos for is in the league. For the MPFL, the NNL, the NLO 1 and 2, and then the NWFL Premiership, Championship, and Nationwide for the women's side. Women's football, men's football, at least our leagues, we are seeing reduced violence. There's this the fear of going away from home. And if I win, because lots of players could even, phone it in when they go away from home. Even coaches feel their second team so that beat us 2-0. So let's go. Better officiating as well in the league.
He's actually doing a great job locally. And that reduce of violence, there was a lot of violence last season. A lot. So this reduce of violence, this season just started, but still it's showing great positivity in it. And if you want to look at, let's say, improving Nigerian football, he should also learn out, he should also promote it, not only here, but outside as well, for other nations to watch again.
Well, definitely, talking about other nations, let's go to Cameroon, where the Cameroon Football Federation FECAFOOT president, Samuel Eto'O, one of Africa's greatest footballers when he was active, has now been banned from attending the national team's matches for 6 months after violating FIFA's disciplinary regulations. Football's governing body banned the former Barcelona striker, who is the president of FECAFOOT since 2021, will not be allowed to have access to all men's and women's games across various age groups in the world for 6 months. The sanction was imposed in connection with the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup round of 16 match between Brazil and Cameroon played in Bogota, Colombia on 11 September 2024. Eto'O was deemed guilty of offensive behavior and violations of the principles of fair play and misconduct involving officials. The charges that happened in that game saw Samuel Eto'O and the Cameroon delegation receive a red card after reacting inappropriately over a penalty that led to Brazil's equalizer in that match, where the young Samba girls of Brazil went on to win in that particular encounter. The 43-year-old is suspended from attending any of Cameroon's matches, men or women, and of any age category, but the sanction does not affect his role as FECAFOOT president. In July, Eto'O was fined $200,000 for a brand deal with an online company ruled to be an ethics violation by the Confederation of African Football. Eto'O was also in conflict with his country's sports ministry, calling the appointment of Belgian manager Marc Brice earlier this year as illegal for the Indomitable Lions. And Eto'O, who is a 4-time African Player of the Year, is the joint second most capped player in Cameroon's history behind former coach and his former captain, Rigobert Song. The forward also enjoyed an illustrious club career, winning the Champions League on 3 occasions with 2 different teams, Barcelona in 2006 and 2009, and Inter Milan in 2010, becoming the first man to win consecutive European continental trebles with Barca in 2009 and Inter in 2010. And in 2022, he was filmed attacking a man outside a stadium following the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. after a heated exchange and a confrontation. Another controversy for Samuel Eto'o, I'm going back to you, Ejiro.
Yeah.
He took over as FECAFOOT president, which is basically the NFF for Cameroon, their own football federation, in 2021. Sacked Hoye Conceição, brought in his man Rigobert Song, and afterwards they also still had a falling out because of Cameroon's poor performances leading up to the AFCON and even at the AFCON as well, and had a falling out with his sports ministry over the appointment of Marc Brice. Then had his deal with bookmaking company come afoul, was fined $200K US. Massive money. I mean, if they give me that money, my life has changed. But then, now having issues with FIFA because of his outburst in Colombia due to poor, maybe you could say poor officiating or whatnot. But as the federation president, there are some things you shouldn't be doing because some officiating rules went against you or was not for you.
Yeah.
What next for Samuel Eto'o feels? Can he perhaps, turn the tide on his bad persona so far?
With that amount of allegations against him, it's going to be tough.
Okay.
Because let's say he's quick to anger. He's
Okay.
actually really quick to anger because look at all the allegations. Betting, someone you brought in, you still had fallout with him again.
Yeah.
Calling someone their confederation or something illegal.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, 2022, he had the fight with a fan.
With a fan, yeah. Outside the stadium in Qatar.
And FIFA didn't disclose, they didn't put much details on what really happened in the Brazil and Cameroon match game.
The under-20 Women
World Cup. They didn't really put much information into it. But for them to actually find him, that means he went too far with his actions. So I feel him coming back from all these allegations at once, it's already shown that he's not good. It will place a bad name on him. He has already put a good name out for himself
as a footballer.
But him taking over
FECAFOOT. Yeah.
Well, I just feel he's already creating a bad name for himself. That's what I feel. And for him to turn it around, it's going to be really hard for him.
Football is definitely not a do or die affair. So if your club, if your team have maybe a poor officiating decision going their way, you just need to, be the bigger man and at least behave better, especially if you're someone like Samuel Eto'o. This is to all football fans, administrators, and everyone out there to always represent yourself well out there, regardless of what might have happened or what might have warranted or caused you to react the way you want to react. Just always react with it. Maintain your steeze and composure when reacting. The biggest club football competition in the world, still talking about football, makes an enthralling return with some mega games slated for Tuesday. Arsenal will take on PSG, Bayer Leverkusen will take on AC Milan, Slovan Bratislava will host Manchester City, Red Bull Salzburg will take on Brest, Stuttgart will do battle with Sparta Prague, Barcelona will take on Young Boys, Borussia Dortmund will host Celtic in a battle of two former Champions League winners, as Dortmund Celtic, and Inter Milan will, of course, take on Red Star Belgrade, and PSV Eindhoven will battle Sporting Lisbon. Ejiro, Arsenal versus PSG, perhaps the biggest game. Maybe not to me though, because they have both not won the Champions League and they have both been to just 1-1 finals and they both lost. But it's the biggest game because we have more fans in this our part of the world, and they are probably two global brands, two financially, sustainable brands and popular in the world. Can the return of Mikel Merino help Arsenal continue the fine start to the season? And PSG too, who are also undefeated, only one draw in Ligue 1.
Yeah.
Is this the time for Luis Enrique to prove himself to Spaniard Mikel Arteta that I sabi pass you? Like, I am still a better Spaniard manager than you. He's won the Champions League, the treble, in fact, 2015 with Barcelona.
Yeah.
And this is Arteta in his first full-time managerial job. What makes the difference in this game, even though it's at the Emirates?
For me, this game is actually going to be very, very, very tough for me. I don't even know who is going to take this one home. But I know Luis Enrique is the type of manager that we've seen what he has done in Barca. We've seen what he has done with PSG as well. So I feel he's going to prove a point. He's going to prove a mark at the Emirates today. And Arsenal, Merino is back, so I don't feel he's going to play today because he just started training yesterday. But Arteta too won't want Luis Enrique to make a mark at him at the Emirates, at his home ground. So this fight is going to be actually tough.
Okay, so what about the game between Bayer Leverkusen against AC Milan, the champions of Germany against a very strong side, 7-time European champion, one of the most successful sides in European history, against a team who won final for them, 2002, losing to Zinedine's lovely volley at Old Trafford. That game happened at Old Trafford, and coming up this season from a very imprevious season the previous time, and now coming into this new season, they started the Champions League on fire against an AC Milan that lost to Liverpool. So, at Bayer Leverkusen, should we say they are even the favourites in this time?
That's what I'll put it as.
Despite AC Milan being a more illustrious side historically.
Yeah, this is what they qualified for, to face the big teams. And AC Milan, history-wise, even current-wise, actually, they are actually still very much strong and big team. So then facing Bayer Leverkusen will have to make it all in their power to actually beat AC Milan. And if they can, congratulations to them.
Barcelona are taking on Young Boys, and Manchester City are also going away to Slovan Bratislava. And these very good fixtures for these two sides, who Man City played a draw against Newcastle, played a draw against Inter Milan, played a draw against Arsenal. So they've had 3 games on all competitions without a win. Barcelona lost to Monaco, came back to La Liga, they won. Then the next week in La Liga, Osasuna defeated them 4-2. So in their last 3 games, recorded 2 wins and just 1 win in 3 games. So basically 3 points for both sides if you are going to actually, add everything up. 3 points in all competitions. Is this the perfect avenue for them to bounce back against, should we say, easy opposition? Young Boy for Barcelona at home and Slovan Bratislava away.
For Barcelona, they just have to keep their emotions in check and their defense also, because the red card in the last Champions League game actually cost them that much. Not going to lie. So yeah, Barca are actually going to bounce back in this Champions League. I see them winning this match. And as for Man City, they are on the way of breaking the longest record in Champions League
for most games undefeated.
Now 24, Manchester United on 25. They can equal it this evening, and I feel they can. Even though, let's forget about the draws, they actually have an easy side. Even though they are without Rodri and De Bruyne, they still have enough squad depth that can actually pull this through.
Okay, so are we expected to see a lot of goals this Champions League?
Yes. Yeah, I should expect to see a lot of goals in this match day 2 first fixtures
of the Champions League.
Of the Champions League.
Okay. So in the Premier League on Monday, Bournemouth defeated Southampton by 3-1. La Liga, Villarreal defeated Las Palmas at home again 3-1. And in Serie A, Parma 2, Cagliari 3. So it was a goal fest in the major leagues in Europe on Monday. I definitely hope and expect another goal fest in the Champions League. Maybe Tuesday always gives us the goals, so hopefully we get massive goals in the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday. That's how much we can take on Sports Tour for the day. Endeavor to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Enterprise TV 7 on YouTube. Click the notification bell to get alerts on our new YouTube videos. Follow us on our social media platforms. We are Enterprise TV 7 on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. Like, share, and engage with our content. And also visit our website, www.enterprisetvnews.com, where we give you all the hot stories on the go, the live updates, the exclusives, and the news you can use. Moreover, if you want to partner with us on Enterprise Television, you want to place your product on our platform, and for all sponsorship and advertising inquiries, kindly send a mail to enterprisetv7@gmail.com, or you can send a DM to our aforementioned social media handles at Enterprise TV 7. Adriel, thank you once again for your incisive analysis.
Thank you. It's always lovely to be here.
And definitely we hope that you and I both get our wish and we see lots of goals in the Champions League. And for all those who also, go on the white tickets business.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay. Okay, so before we sign off, let's take a moment to honor the memories of basketball legend Dikembe Mutombo and baseball Hall of Famer Pete Rose, two sports giants who passed away on Monday. Their achievements on and off the field will forever be remembered. Our condolences go out to their families, their friends, their fans, and to the entire sports world. May their legacies continue to inspire and motivate us all. I'm Joshiko Okoli, and I want to thank you for the privilege of your time. Until next time on Sports Store, hasta luego.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.